Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your August 2018 general readings. Thank you for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers, and thank you for those of you who continue to follow and like and share and subscribe to my channel. And always a big thank you to all of my clients out there, both regular and new, for continuing to keep me ever so busy with personal one-on-one readings. It's an honor and a pleasure. Thank you. You'll notice my background has changed. I am doing my annual Gypsy thing over in Europe, Eastern Europe, currently in Poland. But anywhere there's an internet connection, I work all the time and anytime. So if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can get more information and my contact details by clicking on the description bar of all the videos I post or going to my YouTube channel's homepage and clicking on the little About button there. Turnaround time is pretty fast depending on scheduling. It can be anywhere from a few days upwards of 2 or 3 weeks, but usually within a pretty timely fashion. And I can usually get back to your initial reaching out within the same day or the first 24 hours. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy, and all that's included with my contact details. So this reading is for the air sign of Gemini, the twins, for the month of August 2018. Let's see what's in store for Gemini, for the twins, for August 2018. Okay, Gemini, we begin with the Knight of Cups, followed by the Eight of Wands. Somebody's getting an offer. We have the Star, followed by the Eight of Swords in reverse. We have the Four of Wands, followed by the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Page of Cups, followed by the Two of Wands, and from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy, focus, and guidance for the month is the Lovers. So it's pretty clear to me, Gemini, that you are either considering an offer to join with someone or something, or you're extending an offer. I think the majority of you, you're considering an offer, because the whole theme of this is there's an offer or opportunity coming in. It looks fairly emotional or loving in nature, so it could be love and romance for some of you, which could mean a variety of things. It could be, I want to date you, I'm attracted to you, let's be exclusive, let's move in together, let's get engaged, let's get married, let's whatever. There seems to be an offer or opportunity in front of you which you'll be considering, to either, the choice being either to stay singular or to join with someone or something. This doesn't have to be love and romance. This could be with a kindred spirit friendship. It could be, working from yourself, going from working for yourself or being entrepreneurial to working for someone or with someone or for a company. There's a sense of needy, but I think for a lot of you, it looks like a relationship of some kind. And there's a little bit of caution in here in whether or not to join or not, perhaps based on some negative experiences in the past. And I know it gets frustrating for those of you who watch not only me, but other readers, to get readings that seem to be focused more on love and romance than anything else, especially if you're not looking for that. I try to kind of cover all the bases. General readings can be kind of tricky, but I also have to go with what I see and feel primarily, and what I'm channeling as well. And I think for a lot of you, it's a relationship of some kind, but it looks like a commitment to being by yourself in terms of something, whether it's love and romance or work and career or spirituality or community. Joining the opportunity to not be solo anymore and considering that, or whether to join or to stay solo, whatever that might mean for you. And general readings, of course, they're going to resonate differently because there's so many of you watching, which is why we always suggest you, if you know them, watch your rising and your moon sign videos for additional clarity. But that's the theme, because your crowning card overall theme for the month is the Lovers, which represents typically needing to make a significant choice, and the focus being on perhaps a pretty karmic, passionate at least enthusiastic relationship of some kind. This can represent a soulmate karmic thread connection. Doesn't necessarily have to be in passion and romance, can be another relationship. But as you can see, there's no lack of heat in this relationship. And it represents making a choice. In fact, in the early tarot decks, this was not called the Lovers, it was called the Choice, and it showed a man standing in front of two women or a woman standing in front of two men. The implication being that a very important choice needed to be made that was going to significantly impact the lives of everyone involved. Not to say that those of you watching are having to choose between two people or someone choosing between you and somebody else, which could always be the case. But it represents, it's major arcana, so this is significant energy here. So this is an important choice that will likely affect a primary or very significant relationship. So there's a choice that needs to be made, and there's a connection to a significant relationship. Karmically threaded relationship, as I sometimes say. So there's communication coming in at the end of July, beginning of August. I'm recording these in the last week of July. Did I say the right month? I'm recording these in the last week of July. They're for August. But time kind of can always vary, a little earlier for some of you, a little later for others. So we have the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Cups is emotional energy, deals with the emotional area of our life. Water energy, also the relationship area of our life. Knights are typically the bringers, the deliverers of the tarot, because they go off on their missions and quests spontaneously, impulsively, and they're meant to bring back results. So they often represent something coming to you, an offer or an opportunity of some kind that you may be extending outward. Also, the speed at which situations move. Knights usually represent fast-moving situations because knights are known for being rather fast-moving, spontaneous, and impulsive. So this is the Knight of Cups. This could be an offer of love, someone bearing their heart to you, sharing their feelings to you, an opportunity for love or emotional support of some kind. The Knight of Cups is kind of an idealist in love with love itself, very poetic, very emotional energy coming in, very positive. So communication, it's clarified by the communication card, the Eight of Wands, fire energy, which is the element which governs wands. So the Eight of Wands represents communication, positive, powerful communication, at least that's the implication in the upright position, going back and forth. It can also sometimes represent waiting for information that's on its way as well. But the implication upright is that it's going to be significant, and it's going to be quite powerful and positive as well. So some of you may be waiting for something that you like, an offer opportunity that's coming to you from somebody else. Could be emotional in nature. An offer of love, of being with somebody else, of joining together with somebody, communication, kind of going back and forth about that. Again, I feel like the majority for you, this is a personal relationship that is emotional in nature. But again, you can apply this same energy to career, work, and finance, to spirituality as well. There's an offer or opportunity in front of you, and a choice needs to be made. So next we have the Star and the Eight of Swords in reverse. I love the Star. It's a card of renewed hope, faith, and optimism, of trusting in God, Spirit, your angels, and guides, of walking in faith one step in front of the other, even if you can't see where it's taking you, which is what walking in faith represents. This woman is emptying her pitchers out completely into the source of water she's kneeling in, because she knows, she has perfect faith and confidence that by emptying her pitchers, which represents kind of giving your all, walking in faith, even if there's no itinerary and you can't see very far ahead of you, walking in faith, trusting that the path you're on, you'll be taken care of on this path, because the source loves you and the source is limitless. So, and it's usually a card that shows up after a period of challenge or difficulty or darkness of some kind of winter into spring, darkness into light, sickness into health, kind of renewed hope, faith, and optimism. Something that gives you, the star is literally the star that shines in the darkness, that guides your way out of, a challenging period. What clarifies it is the Eight of Swords in the reverse. In the upright, it represents feeling, held hostage, blocked, powerless, maybe a victim, maybe feeling like you're bound or obligated or don't have the ability to make the kind of choices that you want. It's illusionary in the upright, meaning that swords is air energy. It's about how we think and our belief system. So the only thing actually keeping this woman trapped and held hostage, or feeling like she can't do what she wants to do or free herself from this situation, is her own idea that she can't, because she could free herself from those chains, or not connected to anything or anybody, stand up on her own 2 feet, take the blindfold off, and realize that she can walk through and away from this situation. So in the reverse, it is quite literally the opposite of that. It is being free and being able to make your own choices and to manifest the kind of dream, hope, destiny that you want without being chained to the reasons why you might be afraid to do it. And what I'm getting right now is that for some of you out there, there is a choice in a relationship. Someone is making the offer to you to either be with them or go to the next level of commitment, which requires an act of faith, an act of trust. And I feel like some of you may be very cautious or hesitant or leery of doing that, or the person you're offering it to is, because of their past history and feeling like they're stuck because they're chained to their past pain or their past behavior pattern, or past fears of history repeating itself, when in fact you're not. So it looks like there's almost, maybe around the second week or so, a little bit of a push and pull, feeling maybe I can do this, maybe this is what I can have, I can really manifest this, I don't have to be feel like I have no choice to manifest my own destiny, and to walk in faith and trust that this is going to work in a beautiful way and for my benefit as well. It's freeing yourself, is having the hope, faith, and optimism, the faith really, and the trust that you can free yourself from old patterns, old behaviors, and the fears that being with somebody else opens you up for pain. Now, next to that, we have the Four of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It's interesting because the Nine of Pentacles in the upright represents independence, self-sufficiency, self-empowerment, taking care of yourself, knowing you can take care of yourself, enjoying who you are, what you are, and the life you've built for yourself because you've built it for you yourself. And then the reverse, actually in this spread, I don't see it as a negative. I see it because, there's this, again, whatever the nature or specifics of it, there's an opportunity to join with someone, a situation, something, and you're considering it. You have fears maybe based on the past about it. If as long as I'm by myself, as long as I rely only on myself, as long as I'm single, as long as I'm as kind of self-enclosed, then I can't be hurt by anybody else because I'm not reliant on anybody else. And I feel like in the reverse, this is actually, you're considering, walking in faith because of the flow of these cards and what they are. I feel like it in the reverse means that you're seriously considering taking a leap of faith and of trust, and not being solo or singular anymore. And some of you may be discussing it with friends and family, because the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is crowned by the Four of Wands, which is a celebratory card. It is sometimes the card that shows up for marriage as well. Celebrations with friends and family, connecting with friends and family, being with friends and family, and enjoying the simple joy and gratitude of remembering how blessed we are to have people that care about us around us, and celebrating with them, whether it's a formal celebration or just a casual get together and enjoying people's company. It's also the happy surprise card, and it's not a card of an indeterminate time period. Usually the unexpected blessing, happy surprise connected with this card is usually coming within a couple of weeks. I feel like some of you are spending time with family and friends, kind of talking to them about possibilities, potentials. Maybe some of you, have an offer of being exclusive with someone, or getting engaged, or moving in, getting married, and you're talking about it with friends and family. You're getting together with friends and family. Some of you maybe, it's entirely possible some of you may be actually getting married in the month of June, or making those final plans for that, or making the decision at somebody else's wedding or get together that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to give up this being singular or solo, whatever that is, and join with somebody else. Because I feel like this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse is actually positive, because it represents faith and trust in moving forward for you again. At or towards the end of August 2018, we have the Page of Cups followed by the Two of Wands. Messages of love can also represent, an offer. We have that offer, emotional support, loving messages, emotional messages, supportive messages coming in here. and paired and accompanied by the Two of Wands, which is being at a crossroads and trying to make up your mind which direction to go. Do I make this decision? Do I make that decision? What do I do with this offer or opportunity that's in front of me? The key to the Two of Wands in choosing the path best for you is in looking down the road long term, not making the decision based on maybe how you feel right at this moment, but what do I want long term? If you're considering a serious relationship offer of some kind or taking it to another level, look at the relationship. Is it a good relationship? In that area of your life, what's your long term goals? What's your big picture goals? And make the decision and begin to walk down the path that will lead you closer and finally to that goal of what you want, whether it's in love and romance, friendship, work, career and finance, business, anything. I feel like a lot of you maybe won't make the decision, or the other person won't make the decision specifically within the month of August. Some of you may, but I feel like in the last half of August and maybe towards the end of the month, definitely this offer is being seriously considered and there's a leaning towards saying yes, regardless of the nature of that. Because again, it could be a partnership in a business sense or financial sense or some other project of some kind as well. But there's a lot of emotion in it, and it is a significant choice. And the making of this choice is kind of going to set the stage for you for something for quite some time. There is some caution and some leeriness here, some fear that maybe it won't work out if you do this because it didn't work out in the past, or I was burned badly before. But there's still this underlying sense of hope and faith in it. So more will be revealed, I suppose. So Gemini, that pretty much wraps up your August 2018 general readings. I hope you have enjoyed it, or that it was at least marginally helpful to someone out there. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal one-on-one reading with me, you can get more information and my contact details by clicking on the description bar of all the videos I post, or going to my YouTube channel's homepage and clicking on the little About button. Please feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you and set up a reading with you live or recorded as quickly as possible. And I do a wide variety of readings: love and romance, of course, career, work and finance, investment, compatibility readings, channeled messages from past on loved ones. I also do 6 and 12-month overviews to take a look at what's coming in all the areas of your life for a 6 or 12-month period of time. And I also do gift readings as well. Nothing more personal, no more personal gift than a personal reading. So Gemini, I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the August 2018 mid-month readings. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.